Something strange is happening across America. If you look closely at the neighborhoods you have known for decades, you will notice a shift. The for sale signs are popping up in front of houses that have been owned by the same families since the 1980s. Moving trucks are idling in driveways, and the people leaving, they aren't young professionals chasing jobs in the big city. They are retirees subscribed to my channel Tax Hack Pro. They are packing up and leaving. Not trickling out, but flooding out from states they have called home for 40 or 50 years. This isn't random. This is a structural economic migration, and it is accelerating every single month. If you are currently living in one of these 5 specific states, you need to understand exactly why your neighbors are leaving. Because the same financial forces pushing them out are coming for your retirement nest egg next. The tax burden that keeps climbing while your income stays flat, the cost of living that outpaces your pension, the overwhelming sense that your state government simply views you as an ATM machine. These aren't small inconveniences. These are massive financial pressures that force people to abandon the communities they built. Welcome back to Tax Hack Pro. Today, we are revealing the 5 states where retirees are quietly leaving in record numbers. We are going to look at the hard data, the tax codes, and the hidden costs that are driving this exodus. And we will show you exactly where they are going instead. The reasons will shock you, especially for the number 1 state on our list, which is losing retirees faster than any other place in America. If you are planning your retirement, or if you are already retired in one of these exodus states, this is the information you need to protect your future. Let's start with number 5. This state has a reputation for corruption, but the real crime is what they are doing to retirees' wallets. Number 5. Illinois, the tax trap. Illinois has a problem it can't hide anymore. For nearly a decade, Illinois has lost population every single year, but the headlines usually focus on businesses leaving or young graduates moving away. The real story, the tragic story, is that retirees are streaming out at an alarming rate. The net outmigration of residents 65 and older in Illinois is among the highest in the nation. Moving truck companies like U-Haul and United Van Lines consistently report more vehicles leaving Illinois than arriving. Illinois is a top outbound state year after year. Something is pushing retirees out, and it is not hard to figure out what. It is the property taxes. Illinois has the second highest effective property tax rate in America. The average homeowner pays over $4,500 a year, but that average is misleading because it includes rural areas. In the suburbs around Chicago, places like Lake County, DuPage County, Cook County, retirees are paying $8,000, $12,000, sometimes $15,000 a year on homes they have already paid off. Think about that. You spend 30 years paying off your mortgage. You finally own the house, and then the county sends you a bill for $15,000 just to stay there. That is $1,250 a month in taxes alone. For a senior on Social Security and a modest pension, that is a crushing burden. Yes, senior exemptions exist in Illinois. There is the senior freeze. But they often have income limits, require annual reapplication, and simply do not offset the brutal base rates. And then there is the shadow hanging over everything, the pension crisis. Illinois has a massive unfunded pension liability. We are talking about billions of dollars the state owes to its workers but doesn't have in the bank. Retirees look at that math and they ask a simple question: where will that money come from? The answer is obvious. It will come from future tax increases, so they are getting out before the bill comes due. Where are Illinois retirees going? Florida is the number 1 destination. It offers warm weather, no state income tax, and property tax exemptions for seniors. Arizona and Texas are close behind. Tennessee is popular for its lack of income tax, and here is a telling one: Indiana. Right across the border, it has the same Midwest feel, the same weather, but immediately lower taxes. Some retirees are literally moving 30 miles east and saving thousands of dollars a year. Illinois at number 5, the tax trap. Property taxes among the highest in America, a pension crisis looming on the horizon, and retirees streaming out to anywhere with relief. But the next state makes Illinois look almost affordable. The property taxes here aren't just high, they are the highest in the entire country. Number 4, New Jersey, the crushing weight. New Jersey holds a distinction that no state wants. It has the highest property taxes in America. Not second highest like Illinois, the highest. The average New Jersey homeowner pays over $9,000 a year in property taxes. But again, average hides the pain. In many desirable towns, retirees are paying $12,000, $15,000, $20,000 or more every year on homes they have owned for decades. Think about paying $1,500 a month just in property taxes on a house you already own. That is not a tax. That is rent you pay to the government for the privilege of sleeping in your own bedroom. If you are in one of these states or thinking about retiring to one, hit that subscribe button right now. At Tax Hack Pro, we track where retirees are going and why, so you can make informed decisions about your financial future. But property taxes aren't the only weight crushing New Jersey seniors. The state income tax reaches 10.75% at the top rate, and crucially, New Jersey taxes your retirement income, your pension, your 401,000 withdrawals, your IRA distributions. New Jersey wants its cut from all of it, and then there is the final insult. New Jersey is one of the few states with an inheritance tax. You cannot even die in New Jersey without the state taking a piece of what you leave to your loved ones. Retirees are leaving not just to save money now, but to protect the legacy they leave behind for their children. I have talked to retirees from the Garden State who say the same thing. I love New Jersey. I raised my family here. But I can't afford to stay. It is not about wanting to leave. It is about having to leave. Where do New Jersey retirees go? Florida overwhelmingly. Moving to Florida is such a New Jersey cliché because it is economically rational. There are entire retirement communities in Boynton Beach and Boca Raton where you will hear more New Jersey accents than Florida ones. The Carolinas are popular, South Carolina especially. And Delaware close enough to visit family, but with immediately lower taxes. The exodus is so pronounced that you can see it in the real estate markets of the destination states. New Jersey at number 4, the crushing weight. The highest property taxes in America, income tax on retirement, inheritance tax on top of estate tax. Retirees are fleeing to anywhere they can breathe financially. 2 states down, 3 to go. But the next state has something the others don't, the combination of brutal taxes and brutal winters. Number 3, New York, the Empire Exodus. Right now, the Empire State is shrinking. In recent years, New York has lost more residents than almost any other state in America. And it is not just young professionals leaving Manhattan for Austin or Miami. Retirees are flooding out at a rate that is reshaping the state's demographics. Upstate, downstate, the city, the suburbs, every region is losing retirees. The exodus is everywhere. Why are they leaving? It is the tax triple threat. Layer 1. Property taxes. They vary across the state, but they are brutal almost everywhere. On Long Island and in Westchester County, $10,000 to $15,000 a year is common. But even upstate, in areas people think of as affordable, property taxes are surprisingly high relative to home values. Layer 2, state income tax. New York's top rate is 10.9%. And just like New Jersey, it taxes your retirement income, your pension, your 401,000, your IRA. New York takes its cut from all of it. Layer 3. If you are in New York City, you pay an additional city income tax on top of the state tax. 3 layers of taxation pressing down on a fixed income. The math simply doesn't work for many retirees, but it is not just taxes. There is the weather, harsh winters with snow and ice, heating bills that spike every January, the physical difficulty of mobility for seniors when sidewalks are covered in ice. I hear the same phrase over and over. I am tired of shoveling, and the cost of everything beyond taxes. New York City is among the most expensive places in the world, but even upstate is surprisingly costly. Healthcare costs are high, energy costs are brutal. And here is the upstate reality that surprises people. Many thought upstate was the affordable alternative to the city. It is not. Property taxes are still high. The economy has been struggling in many areas for decades. Young people left for jobs elsewhere, and now seniors are following them out because the support structures are gone. Where do New York retirees go? Florida is the dominant destination by far. We call it the New York to Florida pipeline. North Carolina and South Carolina are growing in popularity. Arizona, Texas. Some even go to Pennsylvania or Connecticut, which is ironic since those states have their own tax problems, but they are still cheaper than New York. What strikes me most is the emotional cost. These are people leaving family, friends, decades of history. They tell me, I never thought I'd leave New York. They aren't leaving because they want to. They are leaving because the economics force their hand. It is quality of life versus cost of life. And cost is winning. New York at number 3, the Empire Exodus. Crushing taxes, brutal winters, and a cost of living that is pricing retirees out of the state that built them. 3 states down, 2 more to go. And the next one might surprise you. It is small. It is wealthy. But it is hemorrhaging retirees. Number 2, Connecticut, the silent departure. Connecticut is a puzzle. On paper, it is one of the wealthiest states in America. Per capita income is among the highest in the nation. It has beautiful scenery, rolling hills, autumn foliage that draws tourists from around the world. Historic towns with white church steeples and colonial charm. Proximity to both New York City and Boston. This should be a place retirees flock to, not flee from. And yet, retirees are leaving Connecticut in droves. The state has experienced consistent net outmigration for years. It is one of the smallest states in the country, but losing a big percentage of its population. Connecticut is shrinking, and nobody is really talking about it. So why are they leaving? The same reason as everywhere else on this list. Taxes and cost of living. Connecticut's property taxes are among the highest in the nation. Mill rates are brutal in many towns, and here is the timing issue that is killing budgets right now. Connecticut just completed revaluations in many municipalities using peak home values from 2020 to 2023. That pandemic surge in home prices, it is now hitting property tax bills. Retirees who budgeted for one number are getting bills for a much higher number. The shock increases are arriving right now. Add in the state income tax, which taxes retirement income with very limited special breaks for seniors, and the cost of living that is high across the board, and you have the recipe for an exodus. Here is the irony that Connecticut faces. The state is wealthy because wealthy people chose to live there during their working years, but now, those wealthy retirees are leaving. And they are taking their spending power, their tax contributions, and their community involvement with them. What is left behind? A shrinking tax base that has to support the same infrastructure, the same schools, the same services. The result, taxes rise on those who stay. It is a vicious cycle, and it is happening quietly, neighborhood by neighborhood. This isn't making national headlines. There is no dramatic announcement. It is just one family after another deciding they have had enough. Longtime residents selling homes they raised children in. The character of towns changing as familiar faces disappear. I have heard the same thing from people across the state. Everyone I know is talking about leaving. Where are Connecticut retirees going? Florida is the overwhelming favorite. No surprise there. South Carolina and North Carolina are popular for quality of life at a lower cost. Arizona for those wanting a complete change of scenery. Some even go to Rhode Island, slightly cheaper, still New England, but enough savings to matter. The destinations tell the story. Retirees are trading wealth and prestige for affordability and relief. Connecticut at number 2, the silent departure. One of the wealthiest states in America, but retirees are fleeing the tax burden. 4 states down, 1 to go. And number 1 is the biggest story of all. The state that defined American dreams for decades. The state with the best weather in the country. Now watching retirees leave faster than anywhere else in America. Number 1. California, the golden goodbye. California presents the ultimate paradox. This is arguably the most desirable place to live in America. It has the best weather in the country, 70 degrees and sunny, while the rest of the country freezes. Beaches that stretch for hundreds of miles, mountains for skiing, deserts for adventure, world-class cities, cultural diversity, innovation everywhere you look. This is the place people spent their whole lives dreaming of moving to. And yet, more people are leaving California than any other state in America. Retiree outmigration is at record-breaking levels. U-Haul consistently ranks California as the number 1 outbound state. So many people are leaving that moving trucks can't keep up with demand. The golden dream has become the golden goodbye. Why would anyone leave paradise? One reason towers above all others: the state income tax. California's top rate is 13.3%, the highest in America. And unlike some states that exempt retirement income, California taxes everything. Your $401,000 withdrawals, taxed. Your IRA distributions, taxed. Your pension, taxed. Only Social Security gets a break. Do the math. A retiree with $100,000 in annual retirement income is paying $8,000 to $10,000 or more to California every year. Move to Texas, 0. Florida, 0. Tennessee, 0. Nevada, 0. That is a $10,000 annual difference. Over a 20-year retirement, that is $200,000. You can buy a house in many states for what California takes in income tax alone, but the income tax is just the start. The cost of living in California crushes fixed incomes from every direction. The median home price is over $800,000. Even areas that used to be affordable aren't anymore. Gas prices are the highest in the nation. Groceries cost more, utilities cost more, and insurance. It is becoming a crisis. Wildfire risk has made some areas nearly uninsurable. Premiums are skyrocketing where coverage is even available. Add in the traffic, hours of your life lost sitting in cars. The visible homelessness in major cities. The regulatory environment that makes everything cost more and everything take longer. I have heard retirees say it simply. Just getting things done is harder here. The Golden State has become the expensive state. Where do California retirees go? Arizona is the number 1 destination. It offers a similar warm climate, but a fraction of the cost and no state income tax on Social Security. Texas is booming with California transplants. Nevada is right next door, no income tax, close enough to visit family. Idaho has exploded with California refugees seeking affordability and space. Some go to Oregon or Washington, though those states have their own tax issues, and Florida for those wanting a complete change. The emotional reality is heartbreaking. Many of these retirees were born and raised in California. They tell me, this isn't the California I grew up in. They have been priced out of their own home state. They are leaving paradise because they simply can't afford to stay. Economics beats lifestyle every time. California at number one, the golden goodbye, the highest income taxes in America, a cost of living that crushes fixed incomes, and retirees streaming out to anywhere they can afford. So, what happens to the states that are losing their retirees? The consequences are already playing out. When retirees leave, they take their wealth with them. The tax base shrinks, but the infrastructure remains. The roads, the schools, the services still need funding. So either services get cut or taxes go up on those who stay, which pushes more people to leave. It is a death spiral. Communities lose their character as familiar faces disappear. Healthcare providers follow their patients to other states, leaving shortages behind. And what happens to the states gaining all these retirees? Florida, Texas, Arizona, they are booming. But that boom comes with strain. Infrastructure is being stretched. Housing prices are rising in destination markets as demand surges. Some locals are resentful of the refugees changing their communities. There are political implications as demographics shift, but the pattern is undeniable. High-tax states are losing. Low-tax and no-tax states are gaining. The competition for retirees is only increasing. What does this mean for you? If you are currently living in one of these exodus states, Illinois, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, California, understand that the forces pushing people out are pushing on you too. You need to calculate your actual cost to stay. Add up your property taxes, your state income taxes, and your cost of living. Ask yourself honestly, will this get better or worse over the next 10 years? Because the trend in these states is not improving. If you are choosing where to retire, recognize that tax burden is the number one factor driving these mass migrations. But look beyond just taxes. Consider cost of living, healthcare access, proximity to family, and overall quality of life. Make an informed decision based on your complete financial picture, not just an emotional reaction to headlines. The quiet exodus is real. The reasons are clear. Retirees are voting with their feet, and they are voting for lower taxes and lower costs. I want to hear from you. Are you in one of these exodus states? Are you thinking about leaving? Have you already left? Drop a comment below. Tell me your story. What is pushing you out or what is keeping you there? We read every comment to understand the real situation on the ground. And do me a favor. Share this video with someone in Illinois, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, or California who needs to see this data. A friend who is struggling with property taxes. A family member trying to decide whether to stay. They need to know they aren't alone. Hit that subscribe button for Tax Hack Pro. We track where retirees are going, why they are leaving, and what it means for your retirement planning. I'm the Tax Hack Pro. Protect your wealth. Make the right move. I'll see you in the next video.